question to Vinit Goenka of the BJP. Mr. Goenka, the worrying part here, for me at least, is that the country's largest public sector bank, SBI, has done its investigation, is turned around and said the database is not secure. There is a problem of hacking right now. This needs to be looked at. And we have the UIDAI, which is another government agency, turning around and rubbishing those those requests and rubbishing those allegations. There's something seriously wrong. And do you think it's a problem right now that the UIDAI is not willing to investigate?
No, I think probably, it has been blown out of context by this particular panel here right now. The database is quite safe. There are two different things. Somebody doing a fraud and another is a breach. There is no breach. I maintain, and what the UIDAI also said, the government also said, there is no breach. If there is a fraud, it can be investigated. If there, in this particular case, there was some irregularities been found by the operator, he's been fined. If he disputes that, he can always go to the court. So I think probably we'll have to go what the UIDAI said. There is no breach. Okay. This database is quite safe. So
if I understand correctly, you're effectively saying that SBI is blowing, the State Bank of India is not to be trusted here, which is odd because we give State Bank of India all our money on a regular basis.
No. See, it is probably the vendor who has done that, and what mistake has been done, it has to be seen in the investigating papers. If somebody has
but nobody is investigating
a deliberate attempt to do a fraud, or maybe there is procedural. How do you know that?
Because SBI conducted an investigation, the UIDAI has fined the vendor. There is no investigation on right now.
You said there is nobody investigating that. How do you know that? Why are you making this kind of irresponsible statements?
No, don't get angry. This is not that kind of show. So Amit Arora, Deputy News Editor of the Times of India.
In a banking system. In a bank, let me tell you. Let me tell you. No. You are making a statement, nobody is investigating. So please
I'm telling you that nobody is investigating. Okay, you tell me, you're in the government. Who's investigating this case right now? Who's investigating the case right now?
You are in the government. Why don't you tell us who's investigating this?
There is a set procedures. If there is a... So I would request you to have some patience to hear it out, because what is happening is you are announcing your judgments. I can understand your agenda, I can understand your anxiety for this, but if there is any kind of processor breach, or there is an anticipation of process breach, both in any bank or in UIDAI, there are set procedures to investigate it, irrespective whether there is a complaint been made or not. So there is a self-triggered investigation which happens in all the banks, and also otherwise the country would have fallen down, otherwise the processes would have fallen down.
Fair enough.
Here, there have been investigation, internal investigation been done, and if this kind of things comes up, then there are an external investigation which happens. The police also comes in picture. There are crime investigation units which comes in picture. Finance, there are fraudulent units which do anti-fraud units which comes in action. So they have been done, and if there are a procedural break, then there is penalty which is levied. If there is somebody who wants to dispute this, yes, he has a right to go to the court. Microscopic minority has already gone to the court, and they have got the judgment. I think there is no dispute right now on that.
Vinit Goenka is back with us. You've heard all the arguments. I have a very simple question. Should we believe the State Bank of India, or should we believe the UIDAI? Which agency at this point, and because there are two agencies of the government, should we place more stock in?
So I think you can believe both the agencies. UIDAI has been maintaining one thing, I think after the investigations have been done. And if you read Times of India, it says the investigation been done, it has not been shared. So probably, we will have to believe that there was no system failure, there is no breach. If there is some procedural delay, or there is something which has been done by the vendor or the operator sitting there, that will be investigated. And see, in this particular case also, one of them has been fined. The fine has been put because there was breach has been done by that person, not in the database, but in the procedures to be followed. So the law has been taken. And moreover, those who feel there is some dispute, they are most welcome to go to the court.
Okay, Mr. Goenka, I can't believe both SBI and UIDAI at the same time.
No,
because the
Faye,
UIDAI, one second. The UIDAI has fined the individual, like you said. SBI has investigated and said the individual is innocent and the fine is unfair. The UIDAI has refused to relent. So at this point, these two entities of the government, these two agencies of the government are saying two opposite things. How are we to believe both? So either SBI is lying or UIDAI is lying. Which one
they
is
are not opposite thing. No, probably you will have to ask SBI what is there, because I don't represent SBI. But I think probably you will have to go through the statement of UIDAI. There is no breach. The question which you have asked, and it is very simple. There is no problem with the database or the operating system or the access control. where there was flaws by the particular operator Vikram, I think probably he was fined for his process violation. And once somebody does a process violation, there is a dispute, then there are fines. In case he wants to dispute the particular fine, so that he has not done that, he can always approach the court. Where is wrong? There is a relief available in the court.
Mr. Goenka, if you want to respond, see the whole fear, we've been assured up till now that even if somebody has your Aadhaar details, they cannot access your bank account. This story would prove otherwise. Vinit Goenka.
You asked me this question anyway, in any form, in any language. Answer is same. You have been trying for last 2 years to bring out something, which is, there is some problem. Even after the Supreme Court has given the judgment, even after, the arrest Sharma challenge which has come up, I don't see any reason why people should doubt Aadhaar or the integrity of the system there, or the breaches which have been talked about. None of this address the issue. I think all these people, even after the Supreme Court judgment, when they talk about this, then I start doubting whether the Supreme Court actually got all the information at hand, because this information which is coming here could have been given to Supreme Court, and like they are making the case here, they could have done it in the Supreme Court, and probably the learned judges would have taken cognizance of that. So I think these are individual views. We respect them. In a democracy, they should air that. But the honest answer is, there is no problem. So when there is no problem, you can't solve the problem. And to answer the Congress representative, let me just enlighten her. All the contracts were given by the UPA government, and they are answerable to this country. Why did they appoint, or why did they bring Aadhaar at the first go? One. And why these contracts came? And number three, making irresponsible statements on the media does not help.